Great. So very happy to doing this, and thank you for accepting to do this, Ashwath. Very nice to.
Thank you, Vamsi. It's I think a wonderful initiative that you've taken.
Yeah.
Long time coming.
we talked about it
a lot about it yes.
Before, and
I'm really touched and honored that I'm the first person that.
Of course. I think it almost had to be you, because like we go back ages. We know what each of us have been through, and it's. I think it's a great. I think we can't fit this in one session
for sure. Maybe we'll do a couple more.
A series.
Why not?
People will be happy. Maybe they look forward to knowing more of each other. Through each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. So what's been happening? I know we've been in touch, but not in the last couple, like
in the last couple
1.5, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks happened, yeah.
I think 3 weeks. Man, last episode kalchinam Sunday Dhruva dantlo kalchinam.
Oh yes.
Engagement.
Yes.
I was.
So what's been happening?
And hustle is on.
Is on. It has to be on.
That's what I was telling my team also.
Yeah.
That, once you reach a certain level of momentum, you gather and gain certain momentum.
Yeah.
You shouldn't let it go for the love of life.
Of course.
If you relax a little bit, then you're losing it, right?
Yeah.
Why do you want to lose it? You gain more.
Yeah. Don't lose the steam.
Just keep pumping it. Keep chugging on.
How do you do that though?
I think it's the most important thing is being conscious and aware of what is happening.
Okay.
So this is what I believe, right? Like people, the way their thoughts, their emotions, if you consider the analogy of a pendulum.
Yeah.
A pendulum oscillates to the left as much as it will oscillate to the right.
Okay.
So it's balance. Okay. No matter what successes or failures you have, it's about maintaining that balance.
Wow.
Right? So if you celebrate too much, then that's how much you're going to deal with.
But is it always like that though? I mean, it's a great analogy, first of all. I mean, I never thought of it like that, but is it always as much as you go any side?
That's how my experience has been, and that's how life is, right? Like what goes around comes around.
Yeah, but like sometimes when we're having too much fun, maybe we'll be like, okay, is like I'm having too much fun. Is something going to happen?
No. See, that's not how it is. It's just that when you do too much of anything, whether it's celebration or working, you're obviously losing sight of something else.
Yeah, because you're like too focused
on one thing. So it's about holistic
approach.
A holistic approach.
Experience rather, not approach. Holistic experience.
Yes, a holistic experience.
Yeah.
A holistic approach to a holistic experience.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
So it's that's what I've come to learn. It's all about maintaining that balance.
Yeah.
Keeping a steady view on a 360-degree view on everything that's happening.
Yeah.
And know when you can switch off, when you can switch back on.
So almost like kind of like you have heard of that Zen theory, right? Mm-hmm. Zen zone. Yeah. Like in control. And
I wouldn't say in control.
Yeah.
But more being aware. You're being aware. You're observing. You're being aware.
Absolutely.
You're grasping everything that's happening around you.
Yeah. That's what I think. That's what.
Because you can't control what's happening around you. All you can do is stay still and observe.
Keep making your lefts and rights,
maneuvers, dodges.
I think you told me once. No matter what anybody says, you should be.
Yeah, we said in Telugu, right? Vanda mandi vanda maatalu annadu mana pakka undali.
Yes, absolutely. I think I will also start thinking about that. The whole thing of how much of a balance I can try
oscillation. So you celebrate for sure.
Yeah.
You celebrate that much.
Yeah.
And then you know that you have to come back because it's so fast-paced. The world these days, business or relationships or work, anything is so fast-paced that if you're not doing the right thing at the right time, your opportunity is
how's that going for you, by the way? I know you got married recently. We both got married at the same time, almost. But
it's been great. I think if there's one part of my life that is at its optimum best, it's my
very nice life. Very nice to hear that.
And
touch
wood.
Sorry.
And I can see it's the same for you too.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I mean,
how was your trip?
My trip was great. So I actually went on work, but it ended up becoming more of a pleasure trip than a business trip.
All work, no play makes Jack a dull boy, right?
Yeah, I think I experienced that. I think it was my first holiday in terms
in
of
a very long time.
Yeah, it's like 10 days, and the duration also. I can't do the short trips.
Yeah.
So the duration, and literally I was off grid. I was like not on WhatsApp. I was not on email. So it was good experience. How was yours? The Goa?
It was great. It was absolutely great. You know, we had a blast. Ashwini and me had a blast.
It's great.
We, that's what I think. My favorite part of travel is to find experiences in nature and connect with nature. So we did that. Nothing.
What did you do? How did you connect to nature? Like, what did you do?
So just staying by the beach, the sound of the waves, is so therapeutic. It just transports you into another world,
another zone.
And seeing the beautiful sunsets. There are people who go to places on a beach side specifically to watch sunsets. That's a thing that people do, right?
Oh, really?
And they start gathering around 4 p.m. or so, stay till the end.
The sunset experience.
And then the moment the sun, so there was this, when we were at, on Anjuna Beach at Curly's, and
you went to Curly's?
We went to Curly's. I mean, Ashwini has never done those things.
Oh, yeah.
So that was her first, I had to give her a quintessential Goa experience, right? Yeah. So we were at Curly's, and then you could literally see, the sun going down into the horizon, going down, touching the water, and then just
going
disappearing.
Away
And the moment the sun disappeared, you won't believe it, there was applause. Everybody just started applauding for the show that nature put up for them.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. And another very interesting thing I observed then, there must have been about 50-60 people sitting in front of me on that platform. All of them had their phones out.
Everyone's sitting like this in front of what they're supposed to be seeing, or concentrating on that through this filter called mobile phone, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's a very bad thing, don't you think?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's a good. See, it's a good thing in the sense it's letting you capture moments.
Yeah, but how many of us really? I mean, I can't talk totally against it. I myself have done it.
Yeah, quite. We do it. We engage in it every.
But how many times do you actually go back and live that experience? I don't know.
That's not. Maybe you can count it on your fingers.
Because I know so many people. Like, even if you say maybe 100 are there, out of 100, maybe 90 people will be recording, or maybe even 95, 98 people must be recording. Yeah. Do you think people go back and go through the videos? I don't
Not
know.
On their phone, but on social media platforms they do. They post.
Oh yeah.
They post. They want to share their experience with the world, and then they keep checking. They get that kick of dopamine.
I really don't understand that though. I mean, I do share work-related stuff. Of course, I share quite a lot. That's because I want that to get out. But like my personal life experiences, I don't share much online. I don't know what the concept behind that is.
That is, I think it's sharing your experiences because you want people to know, one.
Yeah.
Second, it's also a lot of times a need for recognition, a need for approval. You know, because a lot of people don't get appreciated enough.
Yeah.
Majority of them,
And they find it online.
Through amongst their friends and
random networks.
Yeah. How many of your
maybe Mark Zuckerberg is liking them?
Who's that?
Maybe Mark Zuckerberg is liking random people's photos through fake accounts.
Maybe.
And do you know Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah, exactly.
Like as a friend request. And then do you really know Mark Zuckerberg? Even if you add him again, you get another notification.
Another one?
Are you sure you know Mark Zuckerberg? It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know Mark Zuckerberg. Not sure if he knows me though. But yeah, it's crazy the way people are really adopting to. Yeah. I think they've far adopted, but they're going overboard in many terms. I was just reading
these days Facebook throws up these memories, right? On this particular day, so many number that too. But these many number of years ago on this particular day you did this. And when I look at some of those memories, when it comes back to me, it's just astonishing how much things have changed. Like 10 years, like 2008 for example. Recently I had a memory back from 2008. And I realized that 2008 you did not have the kind of mobile technology you have today.
Of course.
Mobile internet was edge or even lower.
And we had to wait for like an hour.
Or the clarity of the number of people who have phones in their camera, the amount of data that is being consumed or being exchanged is just astonishing how much that's changed.
I'm just going through your photos.
Are you serious?
So it's crazy, right? Like literally you can like have your
this is from about 5-6 years ago.
Look at that.
That was when I went for the DJ Tiesto concert in Bangalore.
See, look at the callback though.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, as far as it is up to that level, I suppose. You don't want it to like really be like
to relive the experience per se, but you remember, what it was like.
It's great. I mean,
so that you see that cup there? That one. This guy was my successor in eyesight, and he won a national award. So
I'm gonna like it now, even though it's.
I did.
I'm gonna like it now, even though it's like 2012, 8 years ago. Wow. How is the Isaac experience?
Well, it
was your life change. I think that was the time where like we kind of lost touch, right? Like you went into ISEC and you started exploring life in a different.
And you also had gone to Purdue and you were not here. You were in Singapore and then Purdue.
How was like?
I think that was definitely a very important juncture and experience in my life where it shaped me, it opened me up, it made me understand, realize so many things. It definitely laid the foundation for my adult life and professional life. Certainly.
What age was that around?
I was 20 or 19, a little short of 20 when I got recruited, and by the time I left I was 22.
So like
an ISEC for 3 years.
3 years. Pretty.
That's a big part of your
like formative part of your life, right? I would probably say maybe from 15 now with the whole, maybe even 14. The whole time frame has changed. I think for the current generation compared to.
Correct.
I think maybe we'll just be a couple of like older. Can't call ourselves another generation, but like an older. Definitely an older level of.
So recently I met some current ISECers who are
that would be crazy
in ISEC right now. And these guys are 98 born, 99 born.
Like 2015 born.
No, not 2015. Yeah, but you get the point, right? These guys we are a decade older than them. That's literally a decade, like 10 years older than them.
How's their mindset?
It's very. I was very reminded a lot of how I was.
Okay.
So
did you see yourself like a younger self?
I definitely saw myself.
Really?
I definitely saw myself. So the reason I met them though is because we are recruiting a few ISEC interns for Amaavi.
Oh wow.
So I think
that's like a very smart and a logical thing to do also, coming from your background of experience.
For sure.
Right?
I mean, see, I'd rather have somebody international with a very different mindset.
Open mind.
Not a conditioned mindset that a lot of young Indians have today. The kind of talent that we have available. I want someone fresh. Build that sort of a culture. At the end of the day, we're a travel company.
How is that?
How is
that mindset helping? Like.
Oh, you mean the Indian mindset?
Not Indian, like
the global mindset.
Like the global exposure in these kids. How is that going to help you in?
for example, if I got a profile of a candidate from Kenya.
Oh wow!
So
okay, so it's really global. I was thinking it's Indians.
No. I'm taking international interns.
Oh wow!
So these guys are going to come work for a period of 3 months, and I'm going to do 4 cycles of that in a year. So starting with one, and then maybe having 2 or 3 at a time.
You can experiment, right?
Like yeah, exactly. So I want to pilot it out and see how it goes. So there's somebody from Kenya that we'll be interviewing very soon.
Great! Wow, this is some like really new and like good news. I mean, I'm not like we've been in touch, but
this is something like it's a recent development that's happened.
It's great. So your company also will have such a different.
So imagine somebody from Kenya giving the perspective to developing our travel products or itineraries
in Kenya
around say wildlife would be just amazing. So this particular candidate was president of the wildlife club in her school. So
it's like
it's right there. Yeah. It's right there. So the role that we are recruiting for is intern, digital marketing and business operations.
Wow.
So that's specifically it's a bit wide, but
but I think that's what you need.
That's what you need, and that's what I think will be an enriching experience rather than for an intern, rather than staying focused on doing one particular thing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to keep it wide and broad so that they can pick up what they are good at, and then based on that we can shape their experience accordingly.
That's great. And the best part is I think that they are interns, will be low on costs. They are in for the experience, so they will bring a lot of passion.
Absolutely.
Because they want to do it. It's not like they have to do it.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's great. I think we need to relook at a couple of things there from
why not?
What I'm doing. Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
And you can pick people depending on which market you want to concentrate on.
Absolutely.
And
that was what ISEC's talent program was all about always.
Wow.
So you want to focus on Western Europe, you get somebody from there to build your supply for that market.
I know you were telling me about your recent trip where you went with a bunch of young people to a trek and all that. How did that go?
So that was fantastic. So and that's why I'm in this business, right? That's why I'm in the travel business, because I think people need to change the way they travel.
So like just a step back, like you can just give me a very holistic approach of what exactly Amaavi is and what are you doing right now?
Amaavi is an experiential travel company.
Okay.
It's focused on personalizing and customizing the travel needs of people.
Okay.
So how we do that is by understanding people at a very deep level, by consulting with them through a series of conversations.
Okay.
And then custom make and custom design a travel experience.
So what suits an individual? Like suppose like we're having a chat.
We're having a chat, right?
So based on my likes or
based on your likes, based on your interest, because there's so much a particular destination can offer.
Yeah.
It could be around history and architecture, it could be around nature, it could be around adventure, it could be around food, it could be around a specific course. There's so many things.
What's your interest? What's your ideal program? I mean, what would Ashwath's program look like?
What I would do is a lot of nature, a lot of exploring, a lot of engagement with the local realities.
Yeah.
Because that's when you imbibe and learn the most.
Yeah.
Right. That's what
exploration of culture.
Exactly. So so in Bali, when we took these bunch of MBA students.
Okay.
MBA and BBA students.
Okay.
We hiked a volcano.
Oh wow.
The Mount Batur.
Was it active?
No.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Always good that a volcano is not active. That you're trekking on.
No. See, safety first.
Yeah.
I know you're a rebel, but
it's like go on the active one with like maybe a Captain America shield or something to protect you from, if it does exist. Yeah.
If it does exist.
Yeah. So then.
So to do this, you have to wake up at 2 a.m.
Okay.
Get ready, get going.
Okay.
So it takes about 45 minutes to 1.5 hours, depending on which part of Bali you're staying, to go to the foothills of the volcano, and you start your trek around 4 a.m.
Okay.
Or 3:30 or 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And then it's a 2-hour hike, and It's a 2 hour.
So this is like a sunrise.
It's a sunrise,
not a sunset.
Not a sunset. Not a sunset.
Oh wow!
It's a sunrise. And so it's pitch dark. You're hiking up through very dark and a lot of shrubs and bushes. You're in the wild, essentially, right?
Yeah.
And you can't see a thing. So you have experienced people, guides who are
like they're
accompanying you,
so
that you know that you're doing the right thing. And the path that we took is the most offbeat, so to say, because there are multiple offbeat, meaning there are many paths to hike to the top of the volcano, right?
Okay.
So the one that we chose was the one that had the least amount of crowd. So you won't believe it when every day for the sunrise trek of Mount Batur, there are easily a few thousands of people who do this. Wow. So we
just
didn't want to see
the sunrise.
Just to see the sunrise, and we didn't want to be amongst that thousands of people.
Okay, so it's like
that's why it's offbeat, right?
Fine.
So and then you're climbing, you're doing the trek, and it's more strenuous than one can imagine.
Okay.
So when we
physically, mentally,
like
both. I know some treks are oxygen levels an issue,
it wasn't as much as oxygen levels are an issue. It was more the physical strain that one goes through, because it gets a bit steep. It's a rough terrain.
Okay.
So the couple of the kids were we had finished about 20% of the hike, and they're like, "Sir, we can't do this." I said, okay, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. You can stay here.
Yeah.
We have 2 people accompanying us anyway.
Yeah.
One of them will stay back with you. You can sit here and watch the sunrise, and everyone else will continue, right, with the other person. And they said, okay, fine. We rested for about 10 minutes. Then we started going.
Yeah.
And as we kept climbing, right, suddenly you turn around and you see it starts getting light. The morning light starts coming in. And
what is that called? Like the morning
mist.
Mist, yeah.
Yeah, morning mist. And then I realized that mist is actually clouds.
Oh,
because
wow.
You're, about 2,000 meters above sea level.
Wow.
And then you keep climbing up, and then when you climb up, the sight that you see is, nothing beats that.
Another level.
Nothing. The first, you feel a sense of accomplishment.
That you actually made the climb.
You finished it, you did it.
Yeah.
And the best part was, I climbed, and in another 5 minutes, the kids who stayed back,
they came as well.
They turned up, and
they didn't want to get left behind.
They didn't want to get left behind, and then
miss out on the experience.
They pushed themselves, and then they were like, "Sir, thank you so much for, giving us the space to decide and do this." And we're so happy we did this. And it was the same thing with scuba diving as well.
Yeah.
There were 2 of them who didn't know how to swim. And you really don't know how to, you don't need to know how to swim.
Quite a heavy gear, right?
It is.
I freaked out.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
But, with the buoyancy of the water, it doesn't feel that much.
Okay.
I told them, you do the training in the pool. If you feel comfortable, you do it. It's a 15-20 minute training. So the kids, both when it was scuba diving or the hike of the volcano, these were things that they never thought they would ever do in life.
Yeah.
Or thought that they would be, even when they were doing it, they didn't think that they would go through with it.
Okay.
So a simple experience like that, can completely flip the way you think about yourself and the world around you.
Okay.
So Amaavi's mission is to make travel hassle-free, and also ensure that it's meaningful.
When you say hassle-free, sorry to skip back, but what does that really mean? Hassle-free in the sense?
Hassle-free meaning not having to bother with the nitty-gritties of travel.
Okay.
Such as, do I have the correct hotel booked, or do I have
I hate that.
Do I have my cab booked? Do I have to book a cab now?
I hate that too.
Do I need to find somebody to take me somewhere or do a particular thing? There's so much thing to do. What do I do today? All of that should be done well beforehand, so that you can focus.
And preferably not by you.
Yeah, and not by yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't have the time for it.
Yeah, so that's not why you're traveling, or not. I mean, it depends on what you're traveling for.
Completely on the kind of traveler, to be honest. But these days, I think people don't have the time to plan the travel well. So, of course, you have different kinds of people who travel. You have people who like to just go on the go and decide what they want to do. But what we are trying to do here is to tell people that let us do the planning. You focus on what's important for you in terms of travel. That is.
So like what is that? I mean, let's just say for these kids who like came on the tour with you.
Right.
What do you think that they took away from the trip?
So the trip was divided into 2 parts, right?
Okay.
So it was a 21-day itinerary that they did, which included Singapore, Kuala Lumpur and Bali.
Okay.
So Singapore and Kuala Lumpur was more professional, academic knowledge, where they did something known as a pestle analysis of Singapore and Malaysia.
What is that? What is a pestle analysis?
Pestle analysis is political, economic, social, technological, environmental and legal analysis of a city. So this is a concept, it's a common concept that's taught in MBA schools.
Good. Like, not done an MBA, so...
Neither have I. I chose to start up.
So how did you learn about the pestle concept?
We came across it when we knew that these kids were interested to do a program with us.
Through obviously someone who did an MBA.
Exactly. So these guys we knew they wanted to do something with us. But we had to, not just do any regular run-of-the-mill thing with them. We had to make it meaningful. So then we realized that this pestle analysis is what you learn in a classroom, but to practically do it in a city through your own observations and making a report of it is unparalleled.
Almost like a training program.
Almost like a practical experience of
hands-on training program.
Hands-on
in different streams of life, I guess.
Absolutely. So that it also included interactions with startup CEOs. It included interactions with corporate lawyers, with management consultants. It involved all of those things. So that was the first part of the trip.
That's actually great. So like, do you also give a chance for these kids to like find like a mentor through the trip?
Yeah, if they want to. If that's what they want to. So it's a very broad, open-ended thing. There are certain objectives, but we keep it flexible enough because every person is so different.
Of course.
You can't box them up into one particular kind of experience.
And each person's takeaway.
It has to be modular. It has to be flexible. So the second part of the trip was more about life skills, the softer aspects, the ones that you don't focus on. Knowing yourself better. Having experiences that can change. You don't know how a particular experience can change a person.
Absolutely.
So it was only about plugging these experiences in, finding these experiences because you've done it yourself. You know how much it's affected you or shaped you rather, and you let it be, and let them decide what they want to do with that experience moving forward. All you can do is curate. You curate the travel.
There's no prescription.
There's no prescription
for anyone individual.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like saying you can't really tell someone how to live their life. Because you have to experience and make your own decisions on what you want to do or what you want to be or what you want to experience for that matter, right? So wow. So like did any of the kids end up getting a mentor or are they in touch with any of the guys who like kicked off in the trip or something where they get an opportunity to have like a follow-up session of where they can have like a feedback.
So the follow-up session was where the follow-up was basically them finalizing a report, of what their experience was. But I am in touch with them.
How nice.
Even now, they're in touch with some of the people that they met.
How nice.
So this is not a one-time thing, right? It's a lifelong thing. Once you make a connect, that connect is always there. And
it's like,
you can keep
I like traveling with you.
There you go.
So why don't we do it again and again?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
At the same time, we can't always be there when people are traveling. Like for example, right now we have a couple, my friend's parents actually who are traveling in Europe. We designed the entire 30-day itinerary for them.
Oh wow!
They're traveling across 7 countries.
Wow, 3 days is my max limit to travel. That's why the recent 10-day trip was like I felt like it was like a year. 30 days is like wow. So
So they're into the 4th day of their trip. They finished country 1. They've got 6 more to go. And they're just having a blast. So they've been sending us pictures. They've been sending us, their experiences, talking about how cool.
Share it on Facebook, Insta, Twitter, and Ashwath.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when I opened those photographs, and I saw the expressions on their faces, right? It's exactly the emotion that we want Amaavi to evoke.
Okay.
Which is bliss, peace, happiness.
Bliss, is that your tagline?
And love. No, our tagline is handcrafted travel experiences.
Handcrafted travel experiences.
So, that's you can handcraft something.
Bliss, peace, happiness,
love.
Amaavi.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Think about it.
That's not a bad idea.
It just appealed to me so much. I was like, oh my god, am I going to experience that with Amaavi? I definitely want to do that.
I think we should actually put that on our website.
Bliss, peace,
love and happiness.
Love and happiness. Yeah.
So
it drives that emotion in me right now.
It's that emotion, right? We want people to have these emotions when they're traveling.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. So because what does Amaavi mean essentially? Amaavi is a Latin word.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you that. Like, what does it mean? Yeah.
It's a Latin word which is derived from a phrase which says "Veni vidi Amaavi," which is similar to "Veni vidi vici," which is that means I came, I saw, I conquered. So similarly, "Veni vidi Amaavi" means I came, I saw, I loved. So we want to create experiences that people love. So
and then conquer them. I'm just kidding.
That's just crony capitalism then, and evil.
No, definitely. Good, very, very good for like a passing joke, but
let's just keep it at that. But maybe we should ask Mark Zuckerberg that, right?
Yeah. First, add him on Facebook. No, but that's great. And what about your the whole experience? I know it's been like almost a year now.
Little over a year.
Little over a year. Wow. So how's the whole experience been? I know starting something. First of all, starting something takes huge amount of courage to start something, and to consistently be at it, to keep driving something, being at the focal point of it. To tell me about it. Tell me your journey. What exactly?
So I was at a crossroads. I was thinking. So I had just quit my job. Which was I was working with a real estate developer. I was heading marketing for them. And I joined that particular job because I wanted to understand the real estate development business, because you know my family business is construction.
Sure.
Then I realized that I'm in it for the wrong reasons. Real estate just seemed like a big opportunity, but it's too much hassle. And something that everyone is doing. But I've had such a different experience in life. So I actually took out a good, 5 to 6 months, which funnily was when we reconnected.
Wow.
What a time to reconnect. And I remember you asked me, what are you up to? I said, I'm figuring it out.
I do remember that,
And then one thing led to another, and then I just realized that what I've always enjoyed, whether I was in ISEC, whether I was at Worldview, whatever my professional experiences have been, I've always enjoyed engaging with people, having conversations like we're doing right now.
I was just going to say that.
This is something that I would love. I love doing. So then me and one of my very close friends, Himanshu, you know him.
Of course.
So Himanshu,
how is he doing now?
He's doing great.
Good.
He's doing
very
good.
Nice. Very
so Himanshu came and said, listen, I want to do something in travel. He had also just quit his job. So we came together with the idea of giving meaningful experiences to people.
That's great.
Through travel. And that's
how first of all, it's amazing that you could find someone to do that. To share your thought process, to share something and to believe in something as much as you do. Wow. So then after starting, and
so it started off, and of course it took a lot of time to understand, to go deep, to understand the way business works. How do you make yourself sustainable? How do you build a team? How do you grow? Because that's what you're in it for, right? You're growing, and that's when you'll be able to give that experience to that many more people. So we tried so many different things, trial and error.
Did you like mess up somewhere, like in the beginning, like what?
For sure, of course.
Okay, tell me about it. Yeah.
So we started with thinking that we will do travel experiences for companies, because companies do incentive trips for their dealers.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
So we thought we'll do that. Then we realized that we actually wasted a month. Beginning. I mean,
that's not much though. That's a good learning.
Like,
If you look back, I think
if I look back, I would still say I would have preferred to have that. But I guess you have to go through that process to have that clarity.
And 1 month is like very good time to learn something.
And it was
big about your company.
You have to be very clear what direction you're taking. What I've understood about in the last 1 year about business is that you have to stay focused on one thing. For a while.
Until you have things in control, right?
Things in control.
Have the reins in your hand.
Then you can start looking at diversifying into other things. So then Ramya came on board.
So another partner,
she came on board in April, and then there was 3 of us, and then Himanshu started having other interests. So he decided to move out operationally completely. So it's been about 3
different
months.
Experience.
A completely different experience. So last 3 months since Himanshu
totally unplanned,
completely unplanned, unexpected.
Came out of nowhere.
What do you do in that situation? You either panic, press the panic button, go into a downward spiral and never come out of that dark abyss, or you stay still, figure out what's going on, or you just tear it apart and say, don't look behind. So I rather took the approach of staying still, staying balanced, figuring out what is the best way to move out of this, make this easy and smooth for everybody. And we are at a stage now where we are just chugging ahead and moving ahead, and I think everyone's happy.
They're so happy to hear that, and I know how much effort that you put in during all this phase. I know because I was interacting with you very closely, and it does sound very easy hearing about it now. But I can only imagine what you could have gone through.
Absolutely, I think when people talk about when people see successes,
random successes,
it's just the part of the iceberg above the water that they see.
Absolutely, the most overused yet underappreciated analogy.
Yes, absolutely, I mean, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, because I relate to it so much. I've gone through that experience so many times, that I relate to it, and I see that that's so true. There's so many,
all the hard work, the stress,
nights of
the
sleeplessness, the stress, everything that you have to deal with.
And it's so easy to break down, like you said. It's so easy to just throw it away.
Exactly.
It's so easy to fall in self-pity, or to think that, oh my God, everything's happening to me.
To me, why not somebody else?
How do you fight that though? How do you what did you do to say no? I mean,
I think one thing that really helped me was a personal tool that really helped me was meditation.
Meditation?
Definitely.
Wow.
Definitely, because that helps you stay balanced, helps you stay focused. You're able to. It helps you to stay aware more than anything else. But spending 15-20 minutes in the morning,
day,
that's not much.
It's actually not much. But it's I tried, I know, I consulted you when I wanted to do, and I even till today, unfortunately, I'm not been able to crack that. I do really try I keep telling you about it, my attempts at it, but it is the easiest thing to really think about saying, it's just meditating. But
honestly, ideally, I would want to be able to take out time to exercise and work out.
Yeah.
But it's, my day is so packed.
Yeah.
I just don't, I mean, I don't want to make it sound like an excuse.
But we should like definitely try to like
get back there.
Yeah. Make sure that we are the best versions of ourselves. Physically and mentally.
And emotionally.
And of course.
That's
that's the most thing. like the fulcrum of the seesaw, right?
Yeah.
I think that goes exactly where the fulcrum is.
Yeah.
Because you can't really throw everything away just because of an emotional issue or like a...
Yeah, and I think people are more emotional than they think that they are.
Oh, I'm very emotional. I know you know that, but...
So am I.
Yeah.
So am I.
And the constant battle is always to like make sure that the fulcrum is maintaining both of the... maintaining the balance, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow. So good. Very, very happy to hear that.
Thank you.
That it's past and
the storm has passed.
Storm has passed. Yeah.
You got to wait for the storm to pass.
Yeah.
Always.
Like this.
I remember one particular line I had read once.
Okay.
It's not. You should not learn how to fight the storm, but learn how to dance in the rain that the storm brings.
Oh wow. You'll get wet though.
Yeah, you do.
That's the whole part of the learning.
That's the whole part of the learning.
Of course. Wow.
You get wet for sure.
Yeah.
But it's a wet that you'll
never forget.
You'll never forget.
Yeah. So how do you like see the future now? Like what do you feel for Amaavi and for yourself and this great planet of ours? What is that you feel going forward that you want to like?
I think what I've understood most definitely is the human element is always going to be there.
Yeah.
No matter how much technology is going to get advanced, how much kind of tools we may get. People are talking about artificial intelligence. People are talking about going to Mars. People are talking about space tourism. What not. People are
sending cars into space.
Yeah. The future
for
holds.
God knows why. But
so no matter, you might have flying cars, you might have so many things.
Yeah.
Things that we saw in the Jetsons that could be life reality.
Yes.
But what being human is never going to change.
And please don't be Salman Khan. Yeah. But no, I know what you're saying. And it's so nice to hear that from you because I know how much importance and value you give to like that person, I think.
Absolutely, So that's what I think what has happened between the Eastern school of thought and the Western school of thought is that the Western school of thought has somewhere lost the human part of their life. Their focus, everything be all and end all of their life has been financial success.
Yeah, unfortunately. And it's spread around.
It's spread around to a lot many parts of the world.
Yeah, but except few in Europe, I think the happiness quotient is like super high.
Parts of Europe,
and it's not based
only the Nordic countries.
Yeah,
Norway, Finland, Denmark.
Yeah,
these are completely different.
And not based on financial success.
Not based on financial success.
And even Bhutan, I think, right?
Bhutan also.
Bhutan is something that is.
Bhutan measures their economy, or rather their people. With something known as gross national happiness.
Oh yeah, gosh, I remember that. Yeah.
Instead of a GDP, they have a G and H. So
that's great, though, right? Like it really puts things in, like, really tells you how different people are, and like in this world.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the perspective.
Like, absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. So do you think that should happen in India? G and H.
It should, but it's so difficult to execute it.
Why do you think that? Like.
For the simple reason that we are so diverse and so large a people, right?
Yeah.
We are over 1 billion people. It's a lot.
So it's like, shouldn't we have like
people talk about the problems that India has.
Yeah.
People every day on the news, you have this lynching there, or you have some political rally or opposition parties
sucks.
talking.
No doubt about that.
There's
but
always,
like, shouldn't we have like 1 billion reasons to be happy?
Exactly.
Instead of a billion reasons to be
unhappy.
Not, yeah.
Right? The problems are always going to be there. People never talk about the successes enough.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
all the successes,
Wow.
all the positive news that people talk about India is from where? What are the sources? The United Nations, the World Economic Forum, who is recognizing and observing India from the outside.
Yeah.
But Indians don't focus on that from the inside.
Yeah.
People don't know that.
So
don't
like,
do that enough.
It was a very interesting thing that like it's very uncomfortable position state of mind I was in a couple of years ago, and I came across a video of a Holocaust survivor, and she was about 110 years old or something.
Wow.
And she's like, I want to live more. I want to.
A Holocaust survivor.
Yes.
And she wants to live more.
Live more.
Just imagine.
And exactly. And then the interviewer is like, are you serious? Like, you really want to live more? It's like, he didn't say that obviously, but like you could make out like.
Yeah.
And she was like, yes, I definitely want to live more. Why not? Yeah. And the way I want to live and I've been living is just like something like similar to what you said. She said, leave alone the negatives. There'll always be something negative. You just ignore that. Just keep it aside. And just look for the positives. Keep getting more and more positive. Add the positives in your life and the experience. Just like keep going. And I think that really changed the way I started looking at things. I was like, I remember I was like very unhappy at that time. And that small, like, it was almost like a trick that she shared. She's like, just look for the positives. It's like almost like collecting those, like,
you know, there's this village in Italy, where the average age, you know, when people average lifespan is close to 100.
Oh wow!
Almost every single person in that village lives almost 100 years old.
Wow!
And they live a simple life. They live a full life. They eat well. They drink a lot of wine. They party a lot. And they're just happy.
Wow! It's not based on money.
It's not based on money. it's
you should do some trips to Amaavi. To go to that place. What's the place called?
It's in Italy. I don't remember the name of the village. It's in it's on the Italian coast.
It's an Amaavi trade secret. The name of the place.
Let's say that.
No, but no, you should definitely plan one. We should make one.
Absolutely.
Preferably talk about
in the near future.
Look at
because our first next target is Vietnam.
Okay.
The Halong Bay
that
and
area.
Sapa Valley.
Okay.
These are just out of the world. So we want to start with that.
Okay.
In terms of which are Amaavi curated. I mean, the entire thing is going to be done by the Amaavi, done and executed by the Amaavi team. All people have to do is just sign up for it.
And live the experience.
Yes.
Live, breathe, and love and happiness.
Bliss, peace, love and happiness.
Great.
Wow.
Great.
That's my takeaway from this.
Glad we could get that going. So great. I think we should definitely sit again pretty soon.
For sure.
And talk about.
I think next time we should talk about you.
About me? That'll be interesting. To share more thoughts on me. But thank you so much for doing this, Ashwath. I think.
I loved it.
Like, really,
I absolutely loved it.
Thank you. I was like really.
It's just, you know, time has passed so fast. It seems like, you know, about 10 minutes.
It's always good, right?
It's
to like feel
good.
that. And like, it sucks when that feeling comes in travel though. It's like done so quickly.
That's the downside.
But no, it's great. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Vamsi.
We'll definitely
it's been a pleasure.
See many more sessions
Absolutely.
like this with you.
I definitely look forward to it.
Because I know that we haven't even scratched the surface.
We haven't even scratched the surface yet. I mean, that's what I've realized, you know, at the end of this discussion, it's like, man, there's so much we haven't spoken about.
Still.
Still.
Yeah. Great. Thank you, Ashwath.
Thank you, Vamsi.
Right.